Well, I just got done eating, so I'm probably going to be drinking throughout most of this video, so bear that in mind. So yeah, let's talk about True Detective Season 1, Episode 2, Seeing Things. And this episode is just as good as the first one, if not a little bit better. I think the writing in this particular episode was top notch, as with the first one, and delves a little bit more into our established characters, Russ Cole and Marty Hart. I absolutely love these characters once again, and they're played excellently by Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey, and they do a really good job here. And in this episode in particular, they're continuing the case of the girl that they found in the field, and trying to, cover all their bases, and they're having trouble. Uh, they're leading to a lot of dead ends, and their boss is kind of getting onto them because nothing is coming up about anything. And that's part of the episode, but of course, kind of like the first episode, they're focusing a lot more on the characters rather than the mystery that they're trying to solve. This is a show about these two detectives, and that's something I really like because shows like The Killing are so focused on the mystery, and this show is focused on the characters, which is really great because these characters are likable and they feel so real at the same time. They're incredibly well written. Nick Pizzolatto's writing is top notch, as with the first one, and um, we get to learn a little bit more about them. And whereas in the first episode, Marty Hart was kind of the straight man, he was just a regular, typical detective. So in this one, we kind of debunk that a little bit. We see that he's cheating on his wife with one of his coworkers, and we see their relationship a little bit, which is a really fun scene. Um, we see that he's really not that true to his word, and that the fact that he's just cheating on his wife kind of shows him a little bit as like maybe a bit of a scumbag, but still he's got a good heart at the same time, and it definitely makes him not the upstanding man that you thought he was in the first episode. And I kind of like that his character isn't just perfect, and that he has made mistakes and is making a big mistake right now. And I like that. We're also focusing a little bit more on Rust and what's going on with him, such as the fact that, okay, in the first episode, we get this idea that he's just kind of weird and is very different and thinks in a different way than everybody else around him. He's very philosophical and all this stuff. And I think a lot of that is brought about in this episode when he talks about, well, more about his daughter dying. Apparently, she was in a coma and just faded away. And he really, Matthew McConaughey gives a really good performance during this scene, and it's so believable. Um, what else? We also get more insight into maybe why he's so weird or whatever. It's he used to work before he moved to Louisiana. When he was in Texas, he was part of a narcotics team dealing with drugs, and he to work in that he ended up taking some drugs as well, and it's kind of messed him up a little bit. He starts seeing things that aren't there. He has sort of like hallucinations, and that's where we get our title, Seeing Things. And it leads to some really interesting shots through out the episode. I love this particular shot where he's in the car with Marty, and we see something moving across the window, and it fills it up, and it's beautiful to look at. And also, there's a bunch of scenes like that that are really well done. The directing is, once again, really good. It's just as good as the first one. And overall, it was interesting going back to this and just seeing how good this show is. And it's gotten even better the fourth time I've watched this. This is really good filmmaking, acting, directing, writing in particular. I love these characters so much, and they do focus on them more than the mystery. It is kind of strange seeing the mystery in the background, really. But honestly, I'm okay with it because I love these characters' journey. I love the dynamic of them telling their story. So, like, we have the present day story, and then the story that takes place in 1995. And I think that's a really genius idea. And also, we, get to see kind of their side of the story. And so in a way, maybe they could be unreliable narrators in a way of their own story, and I kind of like that. The show's getting better and better. I love this show, as I've said before, and this was overall just a really fun episode that really doesn't have anything wrong with it at all. I think this is one of the best episodes of television. It's fun. It's funny at times too, and it knows when to be completely serious. I love this particular scene because, as we've shown that Marty is cheating on his wife, we still see that he does have a good heart about him. There's this scene where they go to this whorehouse in the middle of the woods, and there's this girl working there that's not 18, and this really upsets Marty, and he basically gives her money to tell her, like, get out of here and everything. And I love that he does really care about people. And I think that has to deal with a lot that he has two daughters of his own, and he doesn't want that to happen to them, and he doesn't want that to happen to anybody. And I think that's really good with his character. Also, I love this scene where Marty is with his daughters, and they're in their room playing dolls, and we see them leave, and he looks down, and with their dolls, they've got like a bunch of men standing around a naked woman doll, and it's kind of haunting and scary, the fact that his daughters are, reenacting crime scenes, and they're really, really young in this show. There may be 6 or 8 or something like that, and it's kind of scary, and you can tell on his face that it's really disturbing to him, and maybe it's showing a little bit that, you know, he's maybe not the best father figure, that he still has a lot to learn, and that he's failing his children in a way, that they're doing this in a way. And I don't know, I just really loved that scene. I loved pretty much every scene in this episode. It was a really good episode. So I can't wait to watch the next one, because I know this show just keeps getting better and better, and so I can't wait to see what I think about episode 3. So I'll be watching that for another vlog tomorrow, so that should be fun. So anyway, guys, that's really all I got to say. So look forward to the next vlog coming out, and as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog.